my name's Courtney. I'm a Seint artist, and today I want to make a quick starter video for my new customer and friend Jen, using primarily the products that she got, and I hope this helps others as well. So let's get started. Jen got the palette 18. She got a really good deal on this with our palette credits. This is one of the designs, but I just wanted to showcase the size. It's a little bit dirty, so I wanted to start by showing how you can use your brush cleansing spray to clean your palette every once in a while. Jen also got this spray for a towel and just spritz it or the palette once or twice. And the spray smells so good. And you can use it to clean your palette, of course your brushes, as well as the backs of your tins if they ever get dirty. So it's as simple as that, and it's as good as new with a couple of swipes. The palettes come to you like this in the mail individually. You buy everything individually, everything is customized. I help you by color matching you to your 3D foundation, which consists of 3 colors. The first I'm going to show you is my main highlight. My main highlight is called Candlelit, and Jen's main highlight is called Hazel. So the name of it's going to be on the back. So you just can easily get this out like this. And you can set up your palette however you like. She got, I forget, like 4, 5, 6 different tins, and this fits 18. So there's gonna be room to grow and you can space them out. So I'm just gonna show you how I would put it together. So this is the main highlight. Okay, the next color in the 3D foundation is your contour shade. This is Indigo, which is also the shade I recommended for Jen. This is one of the deeper shades, and it's just beautiful and can also work as your eyebrow shade if you'd like to use it there. Next is your pop or brightening highlight. Mine I'm using is Versailles. Jen, yours is called Candlelit. So yours are Hazel, Indigo, and Candlelit. Your brightening highlight is going to be a little bit brighter than your natural skin tone, and I'll show you how to use those in a minute. Since you got 6 different tins this go around, feel free to space them out and do 3 on a layer. It's completely up to you. Next up is bronzer. This is Bella. I recommend this to everyone. It's my favorite. We have like 4 or 5 different bronzers, but this is definitely my favorite. I think it works on everyone. You got Madrid Lip and Cheek, which is this one here. This is used for your lip color and your blush. And this is Satin, which is like a matte. And then lastly, you got Rose Gold Illuminator, and it is cream as well. You got my 2 favorite brushes, the blush and bronzer brush and the detail brush. There are so many different ways to apply your makeup, blend your makeup, and I'm going to show you one of those ways today. Let's clean our brushes. I like to take a cloth or a paper towel and then place my brush on there and then spritz. That way anything you're spraying will get on the paper towel as well. And then just swirl it around. You can see how that color is coming right off. I clean my brushes like this about once a week. You can do it every time you use your makeup. You can do it as often as you'd like, but I'd say at least once a week is good. Then your brush is instantly clean and ready to use, but bonus, it's dry and ready to use. Like I personally have never seen a cleanser like this. It's really cool. I used to dread cleaning my makeup brushes when I use liquid foundations, because you have to spend like all weekend washing them in the sink and letting them dry. Okay, and then maybe once a month, every couple months, you'll want to do a deep clean, and you can grab our soap later, which comes with this little scrubby thing. It's really cool. But for now, this brush cleansing spray will do the trick. Okay, everyone's different. Some people like to apply these colors with their fingers, but I always hope people can graduate to brushes because they are the best brushes, and they'll last you pretty much forever if you take care of them and just don't get any water near the seam here. Now, although these colors are meant to work together, I understand there will be days that you just want to throw one color on and go. I do love all 3 together, placed in one layer on your face to create that 3D look. I find that one color can kind of wash my face out, but I totally understand. So what I would suggest is take the blush and bronzer brush, the small dense side, and start dabbing into your main highlight. Yours is Hazel, okay? Mine is Candlelit. So I'm going to go like this, and a little goes a long way. The main thing that new people using this makeup do is they use too much product. So that's the bonus with this makeup, is that it's going to last a really long time. I'm going to show you close up the motion I'm using. It's called stippling, which is simply patting it and pressing it into the skin. Cream makeup is so good for mature skin. It's gonna move with your skin throughout the day. It's not gonna be drying. So what you're gonna see me do is avoid the perimeter of my face, kind of that shape of a 3, somewhat. I mean, you don't have to completely, but why put makeup there? Because in a minute, I'm gonna put contour there, which all of these are your foundation. They all have coverage. So tap, 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 and just pounce it on your skin. I hope the lighting's okay. It's a really nice day, but I feel like it's not the best lighting. Okay, that's my main highlight. That's just one shade all over my face. Next up, let's do contour. So this is a scary concept for a lot of us. I never thought I would contour, but it actually makes your face look so good and more natural, and it lifts. And I find that I like it the most on my forehead because it makes it look smaller. That's when the detail brush comes into play. This is contour for beginners. Best friend. I love this flat edge. So what you can do is dip into it again and then hug that cheekbone. So when contouring on your cheek, you're gonna hug the cheekbone and go even a little higher than you would think. I look to the tip of my ear and I imagine a line to the corner of my mouth, stopping at the corner of my eye. And it's a trust the process situation. Like, it's gonna look silly. You're just gonna slap it on. And honestly, as it sits on your face, it's gonna warm up with your skin and make it that much easier to blend. Sometimes I like to use the edge of this brush, and I love to contour my nose. This is something that took me a few more tries than the rest of my face, and it's totally optional. I just love the way it looks. So check it out. I take it's kind of like a stencil, like a stamp, and I go in like that, and then I just place it on the top of my nose and do a line down. So what we're gonna do is make 2 lines on the top of our nose, almost touching, creating space. And I've used too much product already, I can tell, but it's okay because you can't mess this makeup up and it's just gonna blend out. Then I do this and this, okay? So it looks funny right now, but it's gonna create this kind of cutesy little nose look. Then what you can do is take this end of the detail brush. I like to squeeze it to create this shape, and go into my brightening highlight, the lightest one in here. And then I just take it down the center. And then I just kind of boop, boop, like that. So that just takes care of the nose. Again, totally optional. And I want to say something else about the contour. The highlights as part of your 3D foundation, the consistency is a little bit softer and the contour is a little bit harder. And that's on purpose because the parts of our face that move have the highlights and the parts that don't have the contour. Okay, so you might need to dip a little bit harder, but again, a little goes a long way. So I'm tapping. You can do this motion right now, but I do want you to get used to like this tapping motion when applying and blending as much as possible. But of course, sometimes you do have to kind of do like a buffing motion. I just want you to avoid doing like big swipes. Okay, then I like to take it along my jawline right here to help with the double chin situation. And this is optional, and you can also contour under your lip for like a juicy lip look to make your lips look bigger. So when you're putting shadow there, it makes your lip look bigger. When you're putting shadow here, it makes your nose look skinnier. So it's just a trick of the eye. And then I'm going to take the small end of the detail brush and dip into my lightest highlight. And I'm going to do the inner and outer corners of my eyes. So what you'll see is on the outer corner, I go this way in this direction. to give me a lifted look. And then I go inner corner, but I kind of touch the nose. I'm not trying to pack it all in directly under my eye. That'll all blend out. And then you can do chin and here if you'd like, if you have some darkness, and here. So what this does is brings features forward. So your brightening highlight is bringing features forward, your contour is pushing it back. And then your main highlight is your color corrector. Already my redness is gone and I have a glow just even before I blend it. I also like to take my brightening highlight and put it on my eyelid, and then we will blend. So again, I mean, I did mostly use this brush. I started with this brush where I'm main all over. They could both work interchangeably. It's just different tools in your toolbox to do different things. It's just nice to have options. Do both, okay? So this is the blush and bronzer brush. Let's do this to blend out our brightening highlight. So I start with the lighter colors first. So I'm gonna do around the eye, okay? I'm just gonna tap it in place, just press it. And then with the under eye, we can kind of marry the inner and outer corner together and then blend up. And so we're not doing big swipies because we want to keep everything in place. Okay. Then again, the center of the face. So just pat, pat, pat. This might be where I switch to the detail brush because I like to keep that shape kind of, and just tap it in place. Okay. And I didn't bring it today, but what's really nice, especially when we first get started, is if you have a beauty blender, Seint, we call ours a perfector sponge. If you have one and run it under warm water, squeeze it out, even squeeze it out in the towel because you just want it to be wet, set it aside. Then after you blend with your brushes, you can take that, you can even spray setting spray on it and then dab it all over your face. It just picks up any excess you may have applied and it just gives a nice final blend. It's not necessary, but it is nice, especially when you're first getting started. Okay, so detail brush, just pouncing it, putting it back into the hairline. And then maybe, you know, at this point, it's not fully blended. Start like flicking it up. So you're pressing and flicking up because you don't want to drag the face down. Again, I could have used a lot less product, but I find on these videos, it's better to put a little bit more to really have it show up for you. Okay. So we're just pressing it. We're like, think of like, see how there's like harsh lines there? So you definitely want to dab on those lines to marry the two colors together. Okay, and then blend up. And then on the hairline is where I do kind of some more buffing. I definitely push it back into the hair. If you have a lighter colored hair, you just can put your hand there. And I'm just kind of blending it in. Okay. Push it back into the hairline. And we have a lot of different contour shades. I like this one just because my hair color is dark, and so I can use the line brush to dip into my contour and fill in my brows, which I can show you that in a minute. Okay, so that's kind of the basics. You definitely want to do a blush, and then we're going to do a bronzer. But this is your 3D foundation. And if you can imagine, like, you can use even less product and you can use your fingers, just play around with it. You can dab, and I have graphics for this and videos as well, but you can do like you draw on your face, like paint by numbers situation, and just play with it. Like, use the littlest amount you think you need, because then it's just going to last even longer. And there's even some days like in the summer where I don't need as much coverage, and I just will dab, like if I have a blemish or something, you know. Next up is bronzer. You can dab into this end and place it and blend it, or you can use the fluffy end. So I think I'll show you today how to use the fluffy end. So you can just kind of swirl around, kind of get all the bristles on there. And then think of the shape of a C. That's where I like to put my bronzer. It's the high points of your face where the sun would naturally kiss it, basically, or sunburn you. And this is different than contour. It is going to bring warmth to your face, where contour is a cooling, shadowy shade. Just love how that looks. You could do your nose, you could do your chin, and I also like to bring it down my neck. Sometimes our necks are a little bit lighter than our face and our chest, so it kind of brings it all together. Another trick with cream bronzer is you could put it on before your makeup to help even out your skin if you have hyperpigmentation. So you just kind of can play around with that. So another way you could do it is dip in here and place it like that. So there's just lots of ways. You could go in with your finger and then blend it out. All right, next up is lip and cheek. Again, a little goes a long way. So just start small, and I'm just dabbing in and placing it. If you want a lifted look, you're gonna wanna put it kind of here, outer corner of the eye, tap it in and go up to the temple. You could do little circle motions and just that pressing motion again. If you put too much, no worries, you can just blend it out. Sometimes I put it on my nose. And then if you'd like it on your lips, and then you can always top that with a lip gloss as well. It can be fun to get more than one lip and cheek in your palette eventually, because then you can custom make your own colors. Like I love Madrid and Black Cherry together. Madrid is such a great color because you could also dab this on your eyes as like a cream eyeshadow look. It'd be really pretty. Oh, you did get one more tin and I forgot about it till just now. But first, let's do cream illuminator. I just take a little bit on my finger. You just tap in there. And then think of the highest points of your cheekbones, and I just tap it there. And you can see the little bit of luminosity that gives when the light hits it just right. Very youthful, very pretty. Those are my favorite places to put it. I also do tip of nose, top of nose, Cupid's bow. And for your eyeshadow look, you could put some up underneath the arch of your brow. So how pretty is that? Okay, so then let me show you the last one. And then later when you fill up your palette, I suggest putting like all your creams up top, and you can arrange them however you'd like, but that's one example. You could do 3 rows of 3. And then if you decide to venture into more powders, we have beautiful powder eyeshadows. Then you can start putting that down here. This is the Feather Blotting Dust. And we have 2 setting powders. One is Vanilla Dust. This is the Feather Blotting Dust. This is the newer one that is honestly a bit more popular, and I like it as well because it's not as mattifying, which I like because we've just used this beautiful cream makeup. So I personally don't want it to then look super matte, right? Because what's great about creams is it gives you that youthful kind of glow that's kind of going away as we age. So I use a different brush when applying this. This is the blend brush, or I use the shape brush, but that's okay. I think out of your 2 brushes, I'd probably use the small end of the detail brush. And you can see I'm not cleaning these in between. If you wanted to go do a quick swirl with your brush cleanser because you just use your cream products, you totally could. I'm not too worried about it, but I would just do a little bit there, tap off the excess, and just tap it in the areas that you want to set. It's really beautiful, and it helps reduce the look of pores, which I love. I don't tend to put it ton directly under my eye because I get worried about that, but I like to put it in my T-zone and where I might get oily throughout the day. You could also use the fluffy end of your blush and bronzer brush if you prefer to kind of do that. And then later, when you're ready to add more brushes, I can help recommend a good one for that. I like to set my eyes with it. That's a really good base for my eyeshadows. I just kind of avoid putting powder in these areas. All right, we've used everything that you purchased, Jen. I hope you love it. I'm here to help. Please reach out if you have any questions. And since you're local to me, we can definitely meet up. These are your 2 brushes. Use them however you see fit. And this is the size of the palette you got. You've got a setting powder, illuminator, a lip and cheek, a bronzer, as well as your 2 highlights and contour that make up your 3D foundation. I've used this for 4 or 5 years and I can't get enough. It's so exciting. Okay, so a little bit of extras to think about. I also sell Korean skincare. Your makeup can't be a 10 if your skincare isn't a 10, and let me tell you, Rimmon is the best. So let me know if you'd like any recommendations. I always put this balm stick under my eyes before I start my makeup. I use it on my lips as well. It's an everything stick. It is something you need in your life. This is from Seint. It's the Plush Prep Mist. I spray my face before I put on my makeup. It has caffeine. It really wakens up the face. One thing to remember when you're using Seint is to try to avoid products with silicone in them before you apply your makeup. So silicone would be anything ending in O-N-E. So if you have a favorite primer or lotion you use on your face before your makeup, just check those ingredients first. This is from Rimmon. This is my favorite. It's the Set and Stay spray. It could be used as a primer and a setting spray. This is the line brush, which is really cool because you can dip into your contour if you'd like and fill in your eyebrows. And so I take the spoolie in first and kind of brush them through. And then I take this little end and I very lightly dip into my contour and just start doing little hair flicks. Okay, so I did that super fast, but it was very easy. It just gave me a little more color into my eyebrows, which is fun. And if you start getting into the wonderful world of customizing your very own eyeshadow palette, I can help you with that. You could do a 2 eyeshadow look that's just as beautiful as 4 or 5, and then our eyeshadow brush is to die for. It has this fluffy end and this small end to help create dimension and do like a eyeliner look under your eyes. We have mascaras. My favorite is a Lash Leather. This is a tubing mascara and our eyelash curler. Use this every day. If you ever find you want extra coverage under your eyes, mine are very purpley blue, although I did not use this color corrector today, and this Seint makeup covered it very well. I sometimes do use our color correcting shade 03, which I think would work for you as well, and I use this beautiful brush, the Spot Brush. And this orangey shade just really works well to counteract the blue and purple under my eyes without leaving any texture at all. It's amazing. Eventually your tins will get low and you'll see the bottom with your products on the side. You still have a lot of product left, and that's when I love to use the smudge brush. It has these great little ends that I use to tap into the sides, draw on the makeup, and then blend it out with one of my other brushes. I also have a trick when they get low where you can put it on low on a pan on your stove and melt it down. But this is also another indicator that you could go ahead and place your next order. Remember, these tins are only about $16. We also have some newer products for Seint. We used to always just kind of go with items that would go in your custom palette, but we have amazing things. We have lip crayons that can be used on your eyes or your lips, and I just love them. The shade is Brownie. And then we have lip gelatos in all different shades. This is Sugar Plum, and you just twist it up. We also have lip oils, which I love. I have these in my purse all the time. They're so much better than just chapstick. Okay, I hope that was super helpful for you, and I can't wait to see you in this makeup. Send me your photos. We'll do a before and after. Look at the side by side. You're gonna see how gorgeous this is. I used to use filters on my photos all the time, and I don't have to anymore because my skin is glowing.